Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. It is, of course, the weekend, so happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you guys had a somewhat relaxing Friday, and try and enjoy your weekend, guys. We know what the Luna story is. This is going to be another update. I feel somewhat moved to make these videos, given just how many people are affected by the Luna story, and how many people are sort of waiting and watching to see what unfolds with anticipation. We know the story so far. We've been updating you on it daily. Today, we're going to be continuing that story. And Daquan came out yesterday with a few tweets. Mixed messages, to be quite honest. One hand, he's saying it's clear UST isn't going to be the decentralized economy and decentralized money. But at the same time, he's also telling people to hang in there, and that he thinks things, will get rebuilt. So quite contradictory message, I think, he's actually put out here. And we're also going to be weighing in on what CZ has essentially said. CZ, I like CZ. I believe CZ actually started off working in McDonald's. And I love this whole joke that people have in regards to people working at McDonald's. Some of the people that work at McDonald's, by the way, guys, are way harder workers than you. Now, it's not about working hard, it's about working smart in terms of making money. But, I'm not about this throwing and laughing at people that have a hard, honest job. And CZ was one of them. He's now one of the biggest billionaires in the world. So there you go, guys. Next time you turn your nose up at somebody working at McDonald's, just remember that CZ was in that exact spot. I think it was McDonald's. It was a fast food restaurant anyway. And now he's one of the richest men in the world. So we're looking at Luna. Luna's price, of course, it's not on Binance, and we'll talk about CZ talking about why it isn't on Binance and the minting. The minting seems to have somewhat subsided. They haven't minted. There's 6 trillion right now, circulating supply, but there hasn't been any added onto this. And what CZ, and one reason he halted it on Binance was because he actually said, look, I don't think people realize what these guys are doing. You guys that watch this show daily will know exactly what was going on. And we made it very clear that these imbeciles telling you to long Luna at $1 had no idea what was actually going on and were just completely degenerately gambling and pushing you guys to do a similar thing. And we did actually say in yesterday's video, if you want to chuck 20 quid on when the price is 0.00002, there ain't no harm in that, but just don't put any sort of sizable money on. That's my opinion. You guys can do whatever you want. I just don't think we don't promote gambling on this show. We promote investing and trading, and they are very different from gambling on a number of levels. So we'll talk about the price and everything, but let's start with Daquan, then we'll try and find Luna on CoinMarketCap. So this is from Daquan himself. I've spent the last few days on the phone calling Terra community members, builders, community members, employees, friends and family that have been devastated by USTD pegging. I am heartbroken about the pain my invention has brought on all of you. I still believe that decentralized economies deserve decentralized money, but it's clear that UST in its current form will not be that money. Neither I nor any institutions that I am affiliated with profited in any way from this incident. I sold no Luna nor UST during the crisis. You may not have actually profited off the crisis in terms of you were shorting it and playing it, but you've definitely profited off UST and Luna. In fact, it's made you exceptionally wealthy. And I think there's this kind of moral argument. I try not to look at a moral argument because I understand that, human beings all have flaws. This kind of I'm holier than thou attitude is just completely hypocritical. We all make mistakes, but this is a mistake. Say you haven't profited from this is I don't think correct. Maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe you've never sold any Luna, or you never, your coin you never made money off it, but I doubt that. But I'll keep reading, guys. I don't want to get sidetracked because we'll get through it all, and then we're going to get into CZ's comments and then look at some other things. We are currently working on documenting the use of the LFG BTC reserves during the depegging event. Please be patient with us as our team are juggling multiple tasks at the same time. There are multiple proposals on Agora on the best steps to move forward for the community, After having read many of them, I've put down my thoughts of what I think the best steps are. You guys can come over to this thing and check them out. What we should look to preserve now is the community and developers that make Terra's blocks space valuable. I'm sure our community will form consensus around the best path forward for itself and find a way to rise again. I'm just not convinced there's any coming back from this. In fact, I don't think there is. I think when you hurt that many people, you know, and I still see people defending Daquan. This is one of the most arrogant people I've ever met. I mean, you know, in fact, you know, if I play this clip here, this was retweeted from Crypto Whale. This is him laughing about other blockchains going 95% down and going, it's going to be amusing to watch. Mate, you know, pride always comes before a fall, guys. So this is the update from Daquan. Let's get into some of CZ's comments, because we know that Luna essentially has actually halted on Binance. I like CZ. I think he's obviously a very smart guy, and I think he, you know, often has people's interests at heart. You know, we know exchanges are becoming more and more sort of, you know, deemed very evil and stuff like that. But the fact is, they are the very facilitators that allow people to get into the cryptocurrency market. Cryptocurrency market in its current stage still needs on-ramps and off-ramps. And I don't think CZ is doing too much of a bad job at all. At Binance, we prioritize user protection. We made the decision to suspend Luna and UST trading. Here's why, a thread. An exponential amount of new Luna were minted due to flaws in the design of the Terra protocol. Their validators have suspended their entire network, resulting in no deposits or withdrawals possible to or from any exchange. Some of our users unaware of the large amount of newly minted Luna outside the exchange started to buy Luna again without understanding that as soon as deposits are allowed, the price will likely crash further due to the significant risks we are suspending trading. So he's saying, and this is why yesterday's video was a passionate one for me, because these YouTubers going, buy Luna at $1, buy Luna at 50 cents, buy Luna at 10 cents, even 1 cent. You know, and like I say, if you want to chuck 20 quid on, by all means. But mate, you know, it's a round of drinks. Some of you spend it, you know. But what none of these guys did, and we did it with a little bit of due diligence, and in fact, we actually listened to what Daquan was saying, and he was telling you in proposal 1188 that was the plan. You know, this is what we're looking at, and this is what has happened, by the way. You can see the supply is literally 6 trillion. I mean, that's insanity. While Binance always aims to be neutral, helpful, and protective of all users and industry peers, and we typically refrain from commenting on other projects, I will break that rule this time. We should just start liking all this, guys. I am very disappointed with how the UST Luna incident was handled or not handled by the Terra team. We requested their team to restore the network, burn the extra Luna, and recover the UST peg. So far, we have not gotten any positive response or much response at all. This is in sharp contrast to Axel Infinity, where the team took accountability, had a plan, and were communicating with us proactively, and we helped. We know there are different options in the community. We felt suspending trading is the best way to protect the users. We will continue to monitor the situation closely 24/7. All action will be announced on Binance. So, you know, I think CZ did the right thing here. The design flaw, minting coins, printing money, does not create value. It just dilutes the existing coin holders. Incentive doesn't create value. It is just bootstrapping mechanism, building products people use. You can't mint your way out of bankruptcy. He's been very vocal about this whole thing. Many people don't get this point. If we didn't push the issue, the Terra blockchain may be halted mode or worse with super minting. So he's actually been very on board. I think he's had a phone call with Daquan or some of the Terra LFG guys. They've just handled it so bad, and it's what happens when, you know, it's just been and it's also highlighted huge amounts of flaws within the Terra blockchain. And this was a blockchain. I can't tell you, and you know, we should start exposing some of these YouTubers. How many YouTubers pumped this coin to infinity? And guess what, guys? I've actually previously said that Terra wasn't a bad blockchain. You know, I've used it as a layer one, but it's not something that I pushed on the channel because I didn't really know that much about it, and I like to do my due diligence. You know, we'd use the likes of Anchor Protocol, for example. But the house of cards, unfortunately, has come down. So I'm not even sure. So the Terra peg's actually gone significantly down. It's now worth 17 cents. And let's see if can we even find Terra. What page do you think it's on, guys? Maybe on 2, 3. Bear with me a second. Carla, remember that token, by the way, guys. Yeah, not sure where it is, actually. There we are. 206. What a fall from grace. It's up 763%. And that's the current price. So this price is wrong. Potentially. Let's actually click on it and just double check. Because well, I'm not getting really... some people are saying it's this much. Some people are saying it's that much. Yeah. So this price, not sure where they're getting this from. This is the price you're looking at. You shouldn't have even bought this at 1 cent, guys. Despite those YouTubers telling you to degenerately gamble. And the YouTubers that were pumping this beforehand, I guarantee they were getting handouts in Terra. And in fact, I know of a lot of the corruption that goes on behind the scenes in this game. That's one thing that we're separate from, by the way, guys. So if you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So as a comment, I just thought I would keep updating everybody as this unfolds. The message from Daquan, for me, was kind of contradictory. Because he's talking about it's clear that UST is not, you know, in its current form, is not the decentralized money that this decentralized economy deserves. But at the same time, telling people to... And CZ just told it like it was. He basically just said, look, you guys handled this really badly. Your literal supply... solution was to just inflate the supply to infinity and then burn it and try and get it back to the UST peg back. But what you were doing by doing that is you were salvaging your own product at the cost of, you know, the Luna holders. I mean, it's scandalous, guys. Scandalous. But we will be doing a cryptocurrency market update later, guys, so stay tuned for that. We've got a video coming out tomorrow. If you guys want to know what's going on in the cryptocurrency market, watch the video that we've got coming out tomorrow. It's going to be at this time, round about maybe 10 o'clock tomorrow, 10 a.m. UK time tomorrow. It's going to be a really good video, guys. There's so much free alpha on there, and it's going to sort of maybe set you guys up and give you some sort of narrative moving forwards. All I have for you in this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video.